This is Eagle News Canada. I am Archie Rose, Natividad. Here are this week's top stories. Majority of South Koreans support building 2 new nuclear reactors. Australian Foreign Minister says note from North Korea is an unprecedented communication. Nobel Prize winner in physics visits China's largest single radio telescope. Now for the details. A recently conducted survey reveals that a majority of South Koreans support building 2 new nuclear reactors. Jonah Lopez reports.
A South Korean government-organized committee on Friday is recommending Seoul resume the stalled construction of 2 new nuclear reactors after an opinion survey it set up found nearly 60% of respondents said they were in favor of the move.
최종 조사 결과 건설 재개 쪽을 최종 선택한 비율이 59.5%로서 건설 중단을 선택한 40.5%보다 19%포인트 더 높았습니다.
The 2 reactor projects were temporarily halted late in June after the government said it would let South Koreans decide and reflect their opinions in energy policy direction amid concerns over atomic safety.
현재 공사가 일시 중단 중인 신고리 5, 6호기에 대해서 건설을 재개하도록 하는 정책 결정을 정부에 권고합니다.
The suspension was one of the newly elected President Moon Jae-in's key campaign pledges in efforts to allay public concerns over safety. The committee conducted 4 rounds of surveys, including phone interviews of 20,006 people and public debates with some 470 citizens for the past 3 months. The results had a margin of error plus or minus of 3.6%. The 2 1,400-megawatt reactors, Shin Kori No. 5 and Shin No. 6, were originally scheduled to be built by March 2021 and March 2022, respectively, in the southeastern city of Ulsan. Reporting for Eagle News, I am Jonah Lopez. I am 1 with 25.
Thank you, Jonah. Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop called a letter sent from North Korea to Australia's Parliament an unprecedented communication. Here's Amy Plamenko for the details.
Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop called the letter sent from North Korea to Australia's Parliament an unprecedented communication.
This is an unprecedented step for North Korea to send a letter directly to another government in this way. It's not the way they usually publish their global messages. I see it as evidence that the collective strategy of imposing maximum diplomatic and economic pressure through sanctions on North Korea is working. And this is a response to the pressure that Australia, the United States, China, Japan, South Korea and others are putting on North Korea so that it will refrain from its current conduct of provocative and threatening behaviour and that it will be compelled back to the negotiating table. I see it as a positive sign.
According to a copy of the letter published in an Australian newspaper on Friday, North Korea warned the U.S. that it is a nuclear power and will not be cowed by U.S. President Donald Trump's threat to destroy it. A facsimile of the letter published by the Sydney Morning Herald and verified by Australia's Foreign Ministry read, "If Trump thinks that he would bring the DPRK, a nuclear power, to its knees through nuclear war threat, it will be a big miscalculation and an expression of ignorance." DPRK stands for the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea's official name. Additionally, the letter said Trump threatened to totally destroy the DPRK. It is an extreme act of threatening to totally destroy the whole world. Titled Open Letter to Parliaments of Different Countries, the note said it was sent from North Korea's embassy in Jakarta, Indonesia, to Australia's embassy in the same city, as well as to other countries without naming them. I am Amy Plamenko reporting for Eagle News, 1 with 25.
Thank you, Amy. Yan Chenying, a Nobel Prize winner in physics and academician of Chinese Academy of Sciences, paid a 2-day visit to China's largest single radio telescope. Jeremiah Balingit reports.
Yang Chengning, a Nobel Prize winner in physics and academician of Chinese Academy of Sciences, paid a 2-day visit to experience the power of the world's largest single radio telescope, FAST, and to give advice to the local scientists. The 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope, or FAST, is located in the mountains of Guizhou province in southwest China. Designed and built by China, FAST began its trial operation in September 2016. During his 2-day visit to FAST, the physicist successfully visited the feed cabin docking platform and the ring beam. Later on, Yang participated in a seminar and listened to an introduction of FAST. He also paid a visit to the FAST monitoring room.
这是得了非常深的印象。我想这个地方，是一个做学问非常好的地方，而且这又是最先进的设备。这个射电望远镜对于天文学将要继续有非常重大的贡献。我希望在10年、15年之内，可以听到非常重要的学术发现从这个地方出来。
Yang also took time to visit young scientists and technical workers, sharing with them his own experiences in scientific engineering and encouraging them to never give up. Yang believed that the construction of FAST will play an important role in local scientific education.
这个天眼实验室的设置，对于提升这个附近的民众，尤其是年轻人，对于科学的兴趣，一定有正面的影响。
Reporting for Eagle News, I am Jeremiah Balingit, 1 with 25.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Coming up, Toronto college teachers on strike after failing to reach an agreement with College Employer Council. Canada's Quebec province to ban face coverings in the public sector. Yammer Yager makes season debut for the Calgary Flames at the age of 45. Eagle News Canada will be back shortly. Welcome back. This is Eagle News Canada. Toronto college teachers on strike after Ontario Public Service Employees Union failed to reach an agreement with the College Employer Council. Here's Alyssa for the details.
Thousands of college professors, librarians, counselors, and other faculty members with Ontario colleges are on strike since Monday, October 16, and about 300,000 students are affected after the bargaining teams for Ontario Public Service Employees Union, or OPSU, and the College Employer Council failed to reach an agreement over the weekend.
According to the OPSU, their main demands focus on fairness for contract faculty to create job security, ensure equal pay for equal work, minimum of 50-50 ratio of full-time to non-full-time faculty, and academic freedom to give faculty a stronger voice in academic decision-making. They also want more full-time jobs at the 24 public colleges. Don Sinclair, CEO of the College Employer Council representing the school, said, "Meeting the union's demand would be too costly, roughly an additional cost of about $250 million. Sinclair said if they give in to the union's demand, it will lead to the loss of thousands of contract jobs. But J.P. Hornick, chair of the union's bargaining team, does not believe the argument. According to Hornick, the colleges have a $188 million surplus in this year alone. The union and the colleges have not reached a final decision. Further delay of reaching an agreement may cause distress on students because they can lose the entire semester if the strike does not end soon. Students are advised to check their college's website to find out more information."
Reporting for Eagle News from Toronto, Canada, I'm Eliza De Jesus. I am 1 with 25.
Thank you, Alyssa. Quebec will ban face coverings for people giving or receiving provincial government services effective July 1st, 2018. Andre Lajoie reports.
Quebec will ban face covering for people giving or receiving provincial government services under a law passed on Wednesday, October 18, 2017. That right group have criticized and marginalizing Muslim women in the mainly French-speaking Canadian province. While the law, which takes effect by July 1st, 2018, does not specify which face covering are prohibited, the debate has largely focused on the hijab worn by some Muslim women, which covers everything but the eyes. People affected by the law would include public sector employees such as teachers, police officers, hospitals, and daycare workers. Like France, which passed a ban on veils, crosses outer religious symbols in schools in 2004. Quebec has struggled and reconciled its secular identity with the growing Muslim population, many of them North African immigrants. The National Council of Canadian Muslims said it was deeply concerned by the law passage and it was looking at its legal option.
You can't have the state tell people what to wear, what not to wear. And that, particularly when it's applied in a way that will disproportionately impact some people other than others. That to me reflects a law that is discriminatory and that breaks a fundamental principle of human rights.
The law allows exemptions under certain circumstances, although it did not provide details. Regulations setting out of the new law will be enforced are yet to come. Reporting for Eagle News, I am Andre Lajoie, 1 with 25.
Thank you, Andre. Yammer Yager makes season debut for the Calgary Flames at the age of 45. Anthony Sevilla with the details.
Entering his 24th NHL season at age 45, Yammer Yager made his debut for the Calgary Flames as the oldest player in the NHL and is the only player still active in the NHL from the 1990 NHL draft. After being selected 5th overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins in 1990, Yager was the youngest player in the NHL at age 18, which is only 3 years after the Penguins' team captain and current Stanley Cup champion, Sidney Crosby, was born. Teammate Matthew Tkachuk's father, Keith, was also drafted in the first round with Yager in 1990. The veteran right-winger made his season debut at home for the Calgary Flames against the Ottawa Senators on Friday, October 13th, 2017, at the Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary, Alberta. Unable to make his mark on the box score, Yager only had 4 shots on goal and racked up 2 penalty minutes in a 6-0 loss at the hands of the Ottawa Senators. Yager, however, had a better scoring night the next game against the Vancouver Canucks and finished with 1 assist and a +1 rating on the game. As the most productive European player ever to play in the NHL, Yammer Yager is the leading point scorer among all active players and the second all-time in points scored. Although at the latter stages of his career, Yager was only able to finish the 2016-2017 season with 16 goals and 46 assists, playing all 82 games for the Florida Panthers. Entering his final season, however, Yammer Yager brings to the Flames locker room that veteran leadership and guidance that the team so desperately needs, and having that veteran presence to guide and mentor the Flames' young core. I'm Anthony Sevilla, reporting for Eagle News, and I'm 1 with 25.
Thank you, Anthony. Coming up, entertainment this week. Iglesia Ni Cristo extension of the School for Ministers opens in Toronto. Eagle News Canada will be right back. Welcome back. This is Eagle News Canada. EBC's Kathleen Cruz for entertainment this week.
Canadian rock poet and tragically hip frontman Gord Downie died at the age of 53 on October 17 after living with a form of terminal brain cancer for more than a year.
One of the very best of us this morning. Gord was my friend, but Gord was everyone's friend. It's who we were. Our buddy Gord, who loved this country with everything he had. We are less as a country without Gord Downie in it.
An emotional Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said, tears streaming down his face, he loved this country with everything he had. He loved every hidden corner, every aspect of his country.
Weeping openly, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that he had drawn strength and inspiration from the nation's best-known songwriter. After 3 decades of making music with his former high school mates, Downey's doctors made public his condition in May 2016, saying he had rebounded after undergoing surgery and chemotherapy, but that the cancer was incurable, prompting an outpouring of support. On the same day, the Tragically Hip announced farewell tour. Downey's final concert in August 2016 was broadcast live across Canada, in which Trudeau had joined him on stage. In 2005, the Tragically Hip was inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, and 4 years ago was featured on a Canadian stamp. The day following his death, tributes poured in, including from actors Seth Rogen and Ryan Reynolds. The Ontario Legislature held a moment of silence for Downey, while Assembly of First Nations National Chief Perry Beauregard recalled a ceremony last year in which Downey was given the Lakota name Wikampi, Omani, or Walks Among the Stars.
Gord Downey is known for his frenetic stage presence and telling stories in the middle of the songs whose lyrics helped define Canada. His final solo album, Introduce Yourself, consisting of 23 songs, is slated for release on October 27, 2017. That is all for entertainment news. I am Kathleen Cruz for Eagle News Canada. I am 1 with 25.
Thank you, Kathleen. The Iglesia Ni Cristo inaugurates the extension of the School for Ministers in Toronto, Ontario. Arnie Aquino reports.
The Iglesia Ni Cristo in the Ecclesiastical District of Eastern Canada has recently received the seal of approval to inaugurate the Toronto extension for the School of Ministers.
The School for Ministry is currently housed in the lower level of the district office. Its renovation started in June 2014 and is now completed and ready to be inaugurated. This renovation renders a classroom that will aid in motivating the students to focus on their studies and training to become effective future Iglesia Ni Cristo ministers. The School for Ministry was initially introduced in June 2014 by Brother Emiliano Magtuto Jr., the Director of College of Evangelical Ministry of the New Era University in the Philippines. Brother Emiliano Magtuto Jr. speaks about the importance of having an extension of the School for Ministry in the Toronto area.
This is the sixth extension of School for Ministers outside the Philippines. The extensions of School for Ministers are located in strategic places. Instead of so many recruits who would like to study in the School for Ministers go to the Philippines directly, they would first encounter the training and the molding of men to become ministers of God here in this place.
Because of the inspiring teachings and messages from Brother Magtuto, new students enrolled towards the preparatory courses for the Bachelor of Evangelical Ministry. Currently, students are able to attend the preparatory program in Canada, which will prepare the applicants for the 4-year Bachelor of Evangelical Ministry course. The opening of the Toronto extension of the Eastern Canada School for Ministry will allow students to take the first 2 years of their studies in Canada, after which they will complete their studies in the University of New Era in the Philippines. Rovi Duarte, a current student in the Toronto extension, shares his views on why it is important to open an extension in Canada.
It shows that the church is not just in the Philippines anymore. It shows that it is worldwide. It is not just here that we have our extensions, as well as many more countries. And also, this will also inspire more brethren to also join the ministry.
Reporting from Toronto, Ontario, Canada for Eagle News, my name is Arnie Aquino. I am 1 with 25.
Thank you, Arnie. That is Eagle News Canada this week. Join us again next time for news that matters to you. Visit our website at Eaglenews.PH. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/EagleNewsPH. I am Archie Rose, the TV Dad. I'm 1 with 25.